Hello, I'm Don Bailey, President of the National Bed Spur and Saddle Collectors Association. I'm known probably to most of you by the fact that I have always been a saddle collector, but my interests are very wide and range considerably, not just saddles, but to parts of saddles, and parts of the saddle is the stirrup. I first got interested in stirrups years ago when I saw this particular stirrup on my grandfather's saddle. And it is what they call an improved Turner stirrup, this being the first Turner stirrup. I don't really see a lot of similarities to say it would be improved at all. It looks like it's totally different to me. But it is improved significantly in the fact that it has these sidebars, and then it has where you can put something through the sidebar and create a tread on the bottom of the stirrup. And one of the biggest problems with the iron stirrups was the fact that they got very hot in the summer, very cold in the winter. So my grandfather threaded a piece of rawhide through there. I don't know how old that particular piece of rawhide is, but it's certainly been there since my grandfather rode it. After that particular one, I ran across a pair of these once, and I got very interested in this one. Then a few years ago, I learned that it was a Wilson stirrup, and my dad's first saddle was a Wilson, so very much like anything that says Wilson on it. Unique curve this way, and I personally, when I first looked at them, figured you would put your foot in this way, but then I read a lot about the Wilson particular stirrup and found out that it was designed for your foot to go in this way to keep the neck of the stirrup away from your shin. This is probably my most favorite design on any of the iron stirrups. It is called a Gschwend, and it is very unique. I've seen very, very few of these, but there are a few of them out there, but not very many at all. This is the Ellis Stirrup, also one that has a patent, and you can see the shape of it coming down like this, where it widens out, the bottom's like this, and this one here is similar to that, and since I have no idea, because this is the only pair I have ever seen specifically with the holes cut out, I'm possibly thinking maybe it is a Gschwend as well. But I really don't know. If any of you out there that happen to see this and have some idea what it might be, please contact me and I'd love to know. This is the Bantz Stirrup, B-A-N-T-Z. Has the loop here, the sides like this. I have two others that are quite similar, and I'm sure that they are Bantz as well. There is the possibility that this could be a Wilson because of the curve, but it has this side like this one, so I'm thinking there's probably a Bantz. It's possible that with that curve, maybe they stole that idea from Wilson, or that it is a Wilson, but I've not seen any of the others. The next stirrup I want to talk about is this one. It's called the Heiser Safety Stirrup. It has this bar. You attach your stirrup leather here. This bar keeps your stirrup, you'd have it on in the front, from turning up. And that way you won't get, it'll keep it straight like this, and so you don't have any way typically to get hung up in it. This is the Acme Safety Stirrup, a rather unique stirrup. I have only seen 3 other pair of these. They are in the catalogs though. What makes them unique is that they have these coil springs in here. I've never ridden one of them, but you would think it would be a unique idea to pattern possibly in a deep roper or something like that today, because most of us my age have knees that could use that cushion. The next stirrup I'm going to talk about is what they call a toe stirrup. It has this little heart design, but it's designed so that your foot will just go, just your toes in and nothing else. They come in a variety of sizes, some different shapes. And then I have a couple of other here because they're typically used in a side saddle. And a lot of side saddle stirrups, though, have just a small one like this. This is a little bit larger than most of them are, and I have several side saddles like that, but the stirrups are on them, and I didn't want to take it off to bring it over here. And this is the little slipper stirrup that a lot of side saddles have, this being the heel of it with a leather covering over the toe. But again, I didn't take that one off of my side saddle. Side saddles also had, a lot of them had a little stirrup like this, or occasionally even they had a fancier one with that looked more like the eagle beak tapadero like that. So side saddles had a real variety of stirrups on them. This stirrup is called the Wagner's Oscillating Swivel Stirrup because it does have this movement. It also has a swivel on the top, and it is designed specifically so that if you were riding like this and you got thrown off, if you went down, your stirrup would be in this shape and your foot would immediately fall out. So a good idea. This one is a South American Colonial stirrup, very large, very heavy. I guess maybe in the Andes it would have been very, very cold, but I assume that if it was anywhere near the Amazon, it would be hot as blazes. I don't think it would be a stirrup I would want to use. I have them in two pairs of these, one much smaller, and it's even a little more fancy design on it, as you can see there. This stirrup here is one I've had probably the least amount of time as any of these. A leather top, and then of course it has a wood bottom, and it comes from South America, specifically Colombia, where the cowboys who ride in the swamps there use stirrups like this because their feet are always wet. And if you have wet feet day after day after day, you eventually will have things growing on your toes, and then eventually you'll have no toes. So this was their idea as a way to prevent problems with fungus and the like on their feet. This is another fairly unique stirrup. As far as I've been able to find out, it's from Greece, has the swivel top, but the most unique thing about it in my mind is the little spur rail that it has on the side, specifically designed so you don't have to wear spurs. You have the built-in pair right there with you. I have a pair of these, and they are from Afghanistan. A friend of mine in the Peace Corps brought those home to me, and very special to me, but just kind of unique, ornate, very small. This is another unique stirrup that I want to talk about. My dad found this one years ago. It's a little bit like the Heiser safety bar because it does have the safety bar like it. And I don't know if Heiser stole the idea from this stirrup because your stirrup leather would go here, and it has the bar so it won't be able to flip up. Remember to like this page, and please visit our website, as well as our Facebook pages. Thank you for your attention. Thanks for watching this. Happy collecting.